Scotches. Now, this is the first one I've done in about a year. Got me some Islay Scotch whiskey. It's a blended Scotch whiskey. It's kind of odd. It's Islay Mist. It's got a lot of corn to it. You can kind of tell it's a lot more heavy than a lot of the Islay whiskeys, especially the single malts. Single malts are 10 times better. But if you ever have the chance to try an Islay, if you've never tried one, it's important. They're small little islands in Scotland, and they have this style of whiskey which has a lot of, it's a sea-based island in the west of Scotland, and it's very small. There's about 7 distilleries on the island itself, and each of them are completely different, and they're mostly known for the very peaty scotches, which are smoky and very earth flavored in a way, very earthy. That's the way to describe it. Death Metal Chronicles is coming out with a sampler called Independence Day. So it'll be independenceday.bandcamp.com. That's independenceday.bandcamp.com. That will be for Independence Day, July 4th, 1776, when America declared freedom from Britain. So in all things freedom, drink scotch to it, right? The sample album will have at least 3 to 4 different bands. My band, Keen Anchor, possibly some others. I'm trying to get on the hook for. And this will be bringing knowledge to veterans and contractor causes, be it suicide awareness, be it homelessness, joblessness, the amount of contractors that there are in the world, which even to me, learning the different numbers is highly important to kind of know what you're doing and where you're going. Let's look this up. Well, finding the numbers of how many there are is very difficult. There's not really one place that you can go to. But according to ProPublica.org, there have been over 5,200 soldiers that have passed away in the global war on terror. And the contractor numbers, to my knowledge, are in the 7,000s. It just kind of depends on where you see it. There's no real place that you can find those exact numbers. But I thought is interesting is that the military is about 2% of the population of 330 million. And then from that, the contractor total is around 2 to 5,000. I'm sorry, 2 to 5 million. But that's kind of depending on what you determine a contractor is. That doesn't include the people who are from other countries that America doesn't count, say Nepal, Philippines, Fiji, all the other countries in the world, Macedonia, you name it. There's a lot of numbers that are out there. We have a problem in America of myopia and politicizing issues which do not lead to the understanding and knowledge of conflict. And what I mean by that is the fact that if there are 2% of the population which are the military, but there's 5% that are contractors that are working on behalf of the United States government, whether they be Macedonians, Bosnians, whoever they are, do they not have a voice either? And so this Independence Day, my idea, just throw it out there. I want to put out a sampler with a bunch of different artists. We talk about The songs don't have to be about Independence Day at all, or about veterans or contractors or anything, but it's just to bring awareness, and places they can go to, whether it's a homeless shelter or whether it's just calling up someone to talk to, or jobs. If you need help finding a job, hell, email me. I'll help you find a job. I have every recruiter for every major company you could think of. Name it, I have it. That's not me just being a dick. I've just been a dick that much on YouTube and LinkedIn to find that many people who directly recruit for companies. So this Independence Day, I want to kind of focus on that. And if you have photos that you would like to share, veteran photos, people who support veterans and contractors, throw them my way. My email is wotactical, TACTICAL, at gmail.com. That's wotactical at gmail.com. And you could send me a couple of photos, and I'll put them up on either one of the music videos or on the album itself, to bring awareness. And if you'd like to get involved with your company, or your project wants to have a song on it, it's all Creative Commons, and we don't intend on making any. You can't even pay money if you wanted to. You just go on bandcamp.com and you just listen to the music. And if you want to click on a link, you click on a link to that organization, to bring awareness to what's kind of going on in our world. And now it's time for the damn news, as Toby Morrell from Bad Christian and Emery would say, time for the damn news. FBI aerial surveillance. So, according to Hack 5, which I've kind of known about for a while, the FBI has been sending around King Airs, Cessnas, different type of prop planes. Basically, these are small prop jets. You can fit 1 to 2 people in them, and basically they put on a big cell phone tower, and basically what it does is it forces your phone to connect to this the GSM tower, which technically is in the air, and your phone will get onto it. Hey, this is a cell phone network. Oh, cool, great. Let me make phone calls or transfer data, or where's my roads? And you can put out your "Where's my roads" memes on your YouTubes, right, or your Facebooks. And essentially, what this is doing is it's a big economics terms. It's called a land grab, which is a bunch of people would come in and just take over land, right, or rent seeking. You'd go in and you'd any time, like even with Obamacare basically is rent seeking for doctors, big pharma, for Pfizer and Merck and all those people. Essentially, your phone would get onto it, and then it would say, hey, this is a cell phone network, connect to it. Then you connect to it, and then now you've just given up all your personal data, your name, your phone number, where you've been, all your geolocation data, literally every single place that you've ever been, because it's stored in your phone in a binary file and just stuck there on your phone. You don't even think about it, it's just there, right? Well, now the FBI is going around. They've been doing it for years. I mean, it's not like, this probably isn't even new. It's probably been going on for like 6 years. It's just coming out in the news now, that the FBI has been kind of just doing it, out in the open. And it's 100% against the Constitution, if you believe in such a thing. I'm an anarchist, so I think that, nobody should be allowed to have that information. And even the cell phone network that you subscribe to shouldn't even be allowed to connect to that. That's something that should be able to just die as soon as you connect to it, whatever. It should be completely purged from your phone. That's my opinion. Your personal data should never be out there. It probably should be, I don't know the types of words you would use, but distributed network. So basically, you would have like just ones and zeros that would be your name or your phone number or whatever, and it would change. Police networks are this way with their radios. It's called truncated technology, and basically it randomizes the numbers on their radio so that they never can bump into each other, basically. It's a lot of people in a crowded room yelling. Truncated systems basically allow them to have as many people on a network as possible. I'm not sure how many, but it's probably over 500 or more. And you've never, no one would ever be yelling over each other. And that's probably how it should run, not the way it runs now. And it really puts a big pointer face into the Justice Department and the FBI in curtailing the Fourth Amendment and search and seizure. So, I mean, if you have supposed Fourth Amendment rights, you probably should have inherent rights to your privacy of your cell phone calls, your geolocation data, who you're banging, who you're not banging. I mean, what if you just send an innocuous, dick pic to your lady? Is it bad that you send a dick pic to your lady? I mean, if your lady likes dick pics, hey, she's all about it, right? Well, now the FBI's got a dick pic. So cheers to dick pics. Well, GNOME Linux 3.16 just came out with their new edition of their operating system. If you're 100% tired of Windows, Ubuntu, Apple, if you want something new to put on your computer, you can try out GNOME 3.16. Basically, it looks a lot like Mac in a way. It's really dark themed. It's either based on the Ubuntu or on the Fedora operating system. So you can put other ones. I think you can use Arch. I'm not really familiar with the other distributions. But essentially, it's what allows you to have a free operating system. And free, I mean, it doesn't cost you any money. You don't have to pay money for it. You download it, put it on a USB. You buy a USB on eBay. So you buy a junk computer. You don't want a piece of shit operating system anymore. You don't want to be forced to have a ton of spam on there. You just, buy a USB. Hell, you can email me. I'll fucking send you one. Email me. I'll send you a GNOME 3.16 USB. Put it on your computer, and now you have access to the internets. And you basically can do anything with it. And if you're a developer, you probably already know this, but if you're a developer, you can make an application for it, and you could put that out to all your friends. So you can make your own instant message protocol, a little system application, and then you could text all your friends, and it's just between you guys. It's a lot of fun because it's all extension based, so as long as you make something and you put it out there, and it looks pretty cool. It's got a little drop down thing, and it's a lot less crazy than the tile system, which I don't really like the whole new Windows thing. This thing's really easy because it has a dock on the side, kind of like the Mac with the bottom dock, where you have all your applications. But this is on the left-hand side, and you can change what you have there. You can put anything that you want. You move them around. You can change the location of it. You get a tweak tool, and the tweak tool will allow you to move anything around on the system that you want. And it's really open. I mean, the fact that you can change things and you don't have to be stuck with Windows is fucking great. Because I refuse to use Windows. It's crap, and it doesn't make sense at all. I don't know why they'd put a new operating system out there. It really doesn't make any sense. I don't know about you guys, but I am a dirty anarchist. And so, I've been exploring polyamorism. Polyamorism, polyamory, not polygamy, which can be included. Polyamory is the love of multiple people. Polygamy is the marriage of more than one people together. Essentially the same kind of thing, more gender-based. Well, it could not be gender-based. I have a hinting suspicion. Now, I haven't really delved into the concept, but the concept I have, they haven't formulated yet, is the fact that Jesus was a polyamorist. So, come all ye to me who want a savior, basically. You want your sins saved, washed out, no guilt, no bullshit, just come to me, I fucking love you, right? He's saying, essentially, I love all people. I love black people, I love white people, I love brown people, I love girls, I love dudes, all at the same time, right? Now, people would say to me, oh, well, Jesus was without sin and blah, 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 and, he couldn't love he couldn't, like, physically love anybody. But how do you know? I mean, do you know that Jesus wasn't, as the phrase goes, macking on hoes, loving all people? And it's an interesting concept because it kind of blasts to the face of the current culture of Christianity, which says that you can only have a man and a woman in a relationship, and even the people who accept gay people, transgendered, whatever, they would even say that, oh, well, you can't, have a multi-person relationship in a relationship. Well, I say, why couldn't you? Why can't you love all people? Why can't you have someone that you go home to every day that you don't have sex with, and then another person that you do have sex with? How does that change your love for both people? And if you both agree to it in a voluntarist society, which I believe in voluntarism, you should have agreed to everything. If you don't agree to it, don't agree to it. That's fine. Kind of like I don't like the Republican idea or the Democrat idea. I don't agree with it. I don't want to be in a political philosophy of Democrat or Republicanism, which believes in taxation. So, in the same idea, love your neighbor as yourself, come ye all to me, polyamory. So how can a Christian have two or more lovers? Is love what we're all about? And are you allowed to love people? And who's to say that you can't love all people? Who's to say that you can't have 3, 4, 1, 10? I don't know. How many relationships you ever want? Are your friendships that you just are friendly with not as loving as the people that you have sexual relationships with? Bam, right to the face. And if you can tell me how, I'd actually like to know. Tell me what your thoughts are on polyamory and Christianity, maybe just a just society. If you're an atheist, can you have a just society with polyamory? Loving 3, 4, 1, 10, I don't know. Can you be a polyamorous and be in a monogamous relationship? I say yes. I wouldn't mind being in a monogamous relationship. I don't mind polyamory. I think it's all kind of cool and open and decent, as long as all people love each other and agree. It's a voluntarist, open society. So I'm thinking about that. It's kind of interesting. It's a bigger philosophical issue, or idea, philosophical thought, if you want to use fancy wording. So I've been listening to the podcast Bad Christian, and Bad Christian had an interview about, I think the guy's name is Ryan. He works for AP. Ryan Downey, which is BC Pod 15. You're listening to the guys, Emery. If you're not, whatever. They got a podcast called Bad Christian, and they kind of go through fucking everything, whether it's anarchism, whether it's atheism, objectivism. They kind of got it all going on, and they're Christians. They have the guys of that. One guy's a pastor. One of the guys works at a church. The other guy's just a band guy, I think. But they kind of dive into topics, and one of the topics was about Tim Lambesis, who was the screamer of As I Lay Dying. And As I Lay Dying, if you don't know, is I guess metalcore band. They were a band for a while. I think from 2004 onwards up to 2014. And supposedly Tim Lambesis, okay, so the story goes that he was getting a divorce, was already divorced from my knowledge, or maybe was going through divorce, and supposedly had contracted through an FBI informant to kill his wife, who supposedly was a hitman. It's the most far-fetched and crazy fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life, and in my opinion, it sounds like he was set up. Because, this is my opinion, is the fact that it was easy at the time to put up this big Christian character, as here's this guy who now has become an atheist or whatever, or he is a Christian and now he's trying to kill his wife or something like that. It's very linear, it's very easy, it's a very simple story, it's very complex, but simple story to be able to use as a disinformation campaign. For whatever reason, doesn't matter what it is. Could have been whatever election was going on at the time, troop movements, could even, not even nefarious, but it just could be a disinformation campaign, advertisement, aka propaganda from the 30s or 50s. You'd use the word propaganda as an advertisement to dissuade information against a certain way. And in my opinion, the idea that the Christian community, as well as the atheist or anarchist or whatever society, would even approve of someone being put in jail for attempting to do something because he didn't do it. Now, that's not to say that he should be ostracized and, kicked out and sent to the middle of Africa. That's something that happens after. But the decision to put him in jail for 6 years, which he's only going to do maybe 4. Okay, whatever. He gets out on bail. Is he better? Is he changed? Is his mental stasis complete or done somehow by being in a prison cell? No. We all know that. There's no way you're going to go to a fucking jail and be changed. Now you can seek professional help by a psychiatric facility, maybe some sort of psychologist. Maybe the Christian community could take him in, the Anabaptists, the Quakers, and they keep him in Pennsylvania for a couple of years on a farm, and he has to raise cows or something like that. I don't know. But the Quaker and Anabaptist and Christian society can greatly take care of this gentleman more than the state. Why would the Christian community even allow one of our own, who may be saying he's an atheist right now, and he's going through whatever issues, or even the atheist community, why can't he be on the front doorstep of an atheist man and be sent there for a year to be changed? I question you that, society, because this whole idea that you can make a prison population that is the biggest in the entire world, I don't know what the percentage is of the nation, but it's fucking crazy. Actually, I think I was looking it up the other day. I'm pretty sure it's at 3%, which is the same amount as the military population. So, prison population of United States. Ooh, ouch, that hurts. According to the U.S. Bureau of Justice, 2,266,800,000 prisoners were incarcerated in the United States prisons and county jails at the end of year 2011. Which is interesting because that is the same exact amount of the military. Oh, geez. And additionally, 4,814,000 people at the year-end were on probation or on parole, of a population of only 338 million people. Let that fucking sink in. Challenge your viewpoints. I want to thank everybody for listening to Death Metal Chronicles. Please visit independenceday.bandcamp and keep an eye on our YouTube page and on my Facebook, which you guys all should fucking know how to get in contact with me. Or if you have photographs that you like to send in, whether they be pin-up photographs, whether they be you with a freaking gun, whether they be videos I can turn into a music video of you, shooting weapons, or you on military stuff, stand guard somewhere, I don't know. Send me some videos to wotactical@gmail.com. And if you can't spell tactical, that's wotactical@gmail.com. And also enjoy some Islay Scotch whiskey. You gotta lighten it up. We can all be Puritans and Yankees. We gotta separate ourselves out and have some fun. So I hope you guys have an awesome month, and look forward to you guys checking out the album. Multiple artists, probably 4, 6 different